All right. Shalom, shalom, Israel. Before I start this lesson, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Once again, call halal Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. My name is Tazim Kamath, coming from the Camp Prophets in Babylon here in Tampa, Florida. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that teach us truth and rule well. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect that scatter abroad. And I had ran across this page, looking through the news, and this is from benzinga.com. All right. And it says, hold on to your wallets. A new world currency could be in the making, courtesy of BRICS nations. All right. Because what's happening is that the US dollar is going down. Okay. US dollar is losing value. And as you can see, this is what they call it, federal exchange, something like forex, if you guys know what forex is. But this is they're trading with the US dollar. And soon enough, the US economy is going to collapse because the US dollar is not a powerhouse currency. Okay, so all these other countries, as of Russia, China, Brazil, Saudi Arabia, they're not using the US dollar anymore. They're changing it to their own currency. And as we read into this, hey, things are about to shift drastically upon this earth. Okay? And as of in the month of April, they want to do away with the dollar and go digital. And that's going to happen gradually. Okay? And they're going to use this thing called Fed Now. All right, if you don't know what Fed Now is basically a Federal Reserve bank that's open 24/7, 365 days a year, that gives you full access and is digital. Okay, the Edomites, these top head elite bankers, they want to shift things to digital. Okay, and Fed Now is just a condition tool to get you used to the, all right, digital money, digital. Oh, tap to pay, Apple Pay, tap to go. Okay, and they showed you that in with the endemic of the 19. Okay, how they tell you, stand 6 feet. Oh, we're doing away with the dollar, coin shortage. Things of that nature. This is all things that are conditioning, the Americans' mindset to get ready for that digital dollar. And through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, putting it on the prophets, all right, we are out here telling you and warning you that the CHIP is the MOTB, and this is Esau's main plan to put upon this world. All right. But it says the BRICS alliance is exploring the creation of an innovative currency with plans to share proposals on its establishment and the forthcoming summit in South Africa, according to Alexander Babakov, deputy chairman of Russia's parliament, the State Duma. All right, and it says, speaking at the St. Petersburg International Economic Forum event in New Delhi, India, on Thursday, Babakov said that the plan is initially to transition to using domestic currencies and transactions, and then introduce and circulate a digital or alternative form of a groundbreaking currency in the near future. Let's show you this groundbreaking technology, right? When you go to Revelation 13 and 16, and he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the charagma, the sea hip, or the number, or slakia, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Now you're wondering, oh, what is this this mark that's in Revelation 13, right? Um, right? You want to know what it is, right? This is something that they want to implant inside of you, okay? To be able to buy and sell. Remember how I said they want to have everything digital, okay? They want to have the money digital. And guess what? Esau's main plan is to track you. Look at this, because why? It produces a radio frequency identification. Okay, people think this is um something to make easy, to make the society easy. No, this is Esau's main plan. Esau's main plan to deceive you by any means, to get this in your hand, to track you, to watch you. Okay, to know what you're doing, to track your carbon footprint, because everything produces carbon. Okay, we produce carbon. Okay, so they want to track you as you go. They want to have everything is at the fingertips. So when they say an alternative form of a groundbreaking currency, this is what they want to push. This is going to be a groundbreaking currency that's going to change the world. That's going to wake up the world. Because when this happens, when you see this, when you see people lined up for the charagma, right? You're going to know this. Ezekiel 33 and 33. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, right? When this cometh to pass, right? These prophecies. But mainly this. Because other camps cannot get this. The Spirit of the Lord has not revealed it unto them. They stumble at it. The Lord created a stumbling block for these Edomites, man. Okay? Did I say Edomites? No, Salakia. I mean for these other camps, for these Jakes. Salakia. The Lord had made these stumbling block for these other camps. Okay, for these Jakes. Okay? But when this comes, right, through our elders and apostles of Great Millstone, they've been telling us that this is the C-hip for decades. That this is what Esau's main plan. This is what they want to do. Okay? But it says, and when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet have been among them. They're gonna know. Because why? It says to circulate a digital or alternative form of a groundbreaking currency in the near future. And it says Babakov anticipates that the BRICS Leaders Summit will reveal a preparedness to implement this particular initiative, with work on the project ongoing, news agency Sputnik reported. Babakov did not dismiss the potential emergence of a unified currency that could use among the BRICS nation. Okay, which really ultimately, this is just they want to put this in everybody, right? And you also have Elon Musk making a Neuralink, right? And put this on the brain. Because guess what? In Revelation 13, let's go back to it. When you go to Revelation 13 and verse 14, it says, and deceived them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles. All right, because They want to tell you that, oh, you get this, you could be able to walk, you could change your help those paraplegic, fix their handy, all those stuff, man. So that's a miracle. It says, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. Okay, and this is what they want to push. Either the new in the Neuralink, Slakia, either a Neuralink or both Neuralink and the Karagma. Okay. Now I mentioned how you know a these BRICS nations, they want to have a currency. Look what happened with Russia. Okay, Russia and India. Okay, now let's read it. It says, exclusive. Russia shifts to Dubai, benchmark an Indian oil deal. So now is uh Russia is allying with India. Russia and India both considered their mutual affinity to be a special and privileged strategic partnership. India and Russia together have aligned interests of creating multipolar world order, each being one pole instead of bipolar world with the decline of the American-led unipolar world order. Okay? Because Russia and India, they want to have a relation now because of the oil. Now the oil, the oil is a big thing that's happening, man. And guess who told these the NATO and the EU not to buy Russia's oil? America. Okay, America runs the scene of the NATO and the EU, man. Okay, that's the top dog. All right, but you see what's happening. These BRICS nations. Okay, I'm gonna show you who. Um, I'm gonna show you who stands in the BRICS, right? It says the acronym for BRICS. It says Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. All right. So this is the BRICS nations. Okay. Now with that happening, I'm gonna show you I'm gonna show you something that's with all this tension is going on with India, Russia, and Russia's trying to bring everybody together. All right, let's get Ezekiel 38, man, because this is prophetic that this is happening. But I want to show you okay. I want to show you something. Because all this happening is all funded by the top elite bankers. Okay. Now when you go right here, okay, it says who funded the wars since Napoleon? The Rothschild family have funded the losers and the winners of all wars since the Napoleonic Wars of 1803 to 1815. Okay? Now, the Rothschilds are top elite bankers. You don't know about them. Okay? You ain't going to see them too much. All right? These are what John F. Kennedy calls them, the secret government. Okay? These are the people that pay the presidents, that that fund the wars, that start up the wars. Okay? Because this is how these top elite bankers make their money. Okay? Right here it says war is profitable. The Rothschild family have funded the losers and the winners of all wars since Napoleonic Wars of 1803 to 1815. Okay? So you see, they funded all the wars, man. What do you think they're doing here, man? What do you think the top elite bankers are doing here? Crashing the U.S. economy, getting the Russia and all these nations to come together to be allies. Okay, now let's read this. Ezekiel 38:1. And it says, And the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, which will be today Russia. Okay, that will be Russia today. Okay, set thy face, meaning prophesy against it, because these are still Edomites. Russians are still Edomites. Okay. In Ezekiel 35th chapter, it says prophesy against Mount Seir. Okay. Those are Edomites. These are Edomites. All right. Um. Scripture tells you a nation divided cannot stand. Let's see. Matthew 12:26, and it says, if Satan casts out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? Because Russia and America are two powerhouse nations on this earth. Okay, one is boasting about the nukes. One, you know what I'm saying? These are two powerhouse nations. But the bear is going to come out defeating this fucking whore. Okay? Hey, but Russia's still going to get destroyed as well, because Yahweh Shimei Shai is going to come back and destroy all these king nations. Okay? That's why it's named King of Kings, Lord of Lords, because he's going to destroy all these nations. But reading on, it says, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, which will be Russia, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and I will turn thee back, and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth in all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Okay? And what this is talking about is the USSR. Okay? The Soviet Union. Okay? Because Russia at one time had Ukraine. Okay? Now they want it back. Okay? Now they want it back. Okay? Because at one time Ukraine was part of the USSR. Okay, you see Ukrainian USSR. All right. Look at this. This is a perfect picture. Okay, you see this? This is the USSR. When the scripture's talking about, oh, this is a perfect one right here. Perfect one. You see? USSR was Ukraine. Was Ukraine. And guess what Russia's trying to do? Grab it back. That's why Ezekiel 38. And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws. And I will bring thee forth in all thine army. The Lord is bringing the bear back into his bear-like state. Okay? To, gather all these nations. Okay? Be an alliance with the BRICS. Be an alliance with Russia. Be an alliance with Iran. Okay? Brazil. India. Okay? North Korea. The Lord is gathering the troops for Russia. Okay? Because the Lord wants a total bang. The Lord wants a total bang. So when the Lord puts the hooks into thy jaws, the Lord is bringing them back into the USSR. And it says, And I will bring thee forth in all thy army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. And it says Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them shield with helmet. Okay. It says Gomer, which will be Turkey, and all his bands, the house of Togorama of the north quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee. Okay. So the Lord is gathering all these countries back. Nothing new is under the sun. Okay. Let's go back to this picture, right? Okay. The Lord's bringing it back. Let me grab this scripture real quick. And with the when everything happened in the BRICS, as I mentioned about the oil of the Russia and the oil, that's gonna make a lot of NATO and the EU mad. Okay. Okay, so let's grab Revelation 17. That's gonna make the NATO and the EU mad. Okay. NATO and the EU, the European countries and their allies. Okay. That's is of the beast. Okay, the NATO and the EU, the 10 horns. Okay. And it says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire, because they all gonna come against her. All America's allies are gonna come against her. And guess what? What they gonna do? How they gonna burn her with fire? By shooting nukes. Join allies with Russia. Okay? The beast shall hate the whore. The whore represents America. Okay? The whore. Alright? The beast shall hate the whore, man. And it says, and shall make her desolate. Okay? Make that in Isaiah 34 it talks about America being burnt and becoming a desert. Alright? Desolate. And naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. I want to look up this one scripture. Bear with me 1 second. Because when you in the Hebrew apocalypse, it's apocalypto, I believe so. Hold on. Which means the gathering of troops. Okay. Apocalypse in the Hebrew meaning gathering of troops. And what is Russia doing? Gathering the troops, right? So when you go to Joel chapter 3, verse 9, and it says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. These Gentiles being the other nations. Okay, prepare war. What is Russia doing? Prepare war by making allies with these different nations. Okay, being a good side with these nations. Okay, being their best friend, right? Waking up the mighty men, right? America's in a shithole right now. America's scared as hell because Russia has all these powerhouse nations that have nukes. Okay, ready to shoot at him. And it says, verse 10, Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears, being these farming tools. Okay, now they're made into weapons. Let the weak say I am strong. Okay, how are these weak nations, these small nations, becoming strong? Because they have nuclear arsenal, they have nuclear power. All right, and it says, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh. Okay, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. And the land of Yahweh Shaphat is the valley of decision, the valley of judgment. Okay, so the Lord is going to gather all these nations and come to the valley of Jehoshaphat to ultimately destroy them. Okay, let's get Proverbs 21. Proverbs 21 and 1, it says, the king's heart, which is the king's mind, is in the hand of Yahweh. As the rivers of water, he turneth whatsoever he will. Every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but Yahweh pondereth the hearts. Okay, so the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. The king's heart. Okay, all these different nations, all these different kings is in the hand of Yahweh Bashim Shai, because he's controlling them to do this, to become allied, to become allies, to come together, to have, to be best friends with each other. Russia and India, Russia and North Korea, Russia and China. Okay, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. All right, and it says he turneth it whatsoever he will. So the Lord is controlling all of these kings' minds. And guess what? They're all against America. And it says, every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but Yahweh pondereth the hearts. All right, so in your own mind, you may think you're right, but the Lord is the one that controls you. Okay? You're merely just a puppet. All right? Let's get Isaiah 14. Because at the end of the day, the beast shall hate the whore. Okay? All these different nations are going to shoot at America. And this is what's going to happen. All right. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee. Looking upon who? Esau. And it says, and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? All right. How did Esau shake kingdoms? By this. By by bombing Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Okay. This is the man that did shake kingdoms, because when Esau, which mainly America, had this, they bombed Japan, okay, and that shook the earth. That put them on that put them on edge. Like, whoa, hold on, this is the man that shook the earth. This is the man. All right, but in the kingdom, we're gonna be looking at all these other nations. They're gonna look at Esau, right? It's gonna say, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee. Like, they're gonna swear and say, hold on, and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? Right? Is Esau, is that you? This the man? Right? Verse 17, it says, that made the world as a wilderness, and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners. Okay? Let's look at, all right? That made the cities desolate. This is before, Iraq before, after. Libya before, after. Yemen before, after. Syria before, after. Look at that, man. That made the lands desolate. Before, after. Come on, bro. Alright, before democracy, after. Shit. This is a fucking devil, bro. Alright, this is the man that made the earth to tremble and did shake kingdoms and made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof that opened not the house of the prisoners. Alright? So with that, man, you see, Russia's making an alliance, and even with India now about the oil, okay? And this new world currency is coming in the making, which is Revelation 13, man. Okay? And that has to come before World War III ultimately starts. Alright? So with that, Lord willing, this lesson been edifying. I'm going to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahshua, Ba'ashim Kakudash. Lord willing, this lesson been edifying. Till I see you again. Shalom. Abba, Abba.